All right, welcome back, nerds.
We're your hosts. I'm Chad.
And I'm Jake. This week we will be talking about episode 1 of Loki.
We will also continue our deep dive into the X-Men films with X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, so don't snooze or you'll ooze there. Uh, but this week we are sponsored by Raised Energy Drinks.
We are also sponsored by Crab Baby Craig's Hot Sauce.
Oh, house.
Hot
But
Sauce.
so guys, let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
Ooh.
Nerd.
Welcome back, nerds. The All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. So Chad, how's your week going out in Ohio?
uh, Basically as well as you think it would, based on how you said it. Um, it's fine. It's all fine.
It's fine.
I don't do anything out here. I work and I talk to you. Um, and I take care of my dog, and that's about it.
Aw.
But we did have a couple thunderstorms this past week. One was super good, like woke me up from a kind of slumber. I don't sleep that well anyway, so but it was enough to wake me up.
We haven't
Uh,
had any good ones here yet.
yeah, that sucks. Uh,
Yeah,
but I mean, how are you, Jake? Because you look a little broken.
I'm good. I'm doing real good. Uh, so for those of you who can see this on YouTube, I'm wearing a stupid thing because I hurt myself. And for those of you who can't see this, I'm wearing a stupid thing because I hurt myself. And that's about as far as I want to go
Yeah,
into it because that was a really dumb way to hurt myself, and I don't want to talk about
that's fair. For
it.
those of you that can't see it, it's an arm sling. That's
Yeah.
that's the stupid thing for how he hurt himself.
But it happened in a very dumb way, and I am not interested in going into it. Uh,
I'm gonna pressure and grill you right now on not that. Um, but you tried a new brewery or brew pub that's near you.
I thought it was a brewery. It's called Steel and Hops.
That sounds like a brewery or a brew
You
pub.
would, yeah, I mean, when you have hops in the name, you would think it would have a ton of beer. They really only had like 5 or 6 beers on tap. It was kind of a bummer on that front.
Was it
Uh,
their own brews, or were they other local?
Nah, other local. But, where they lack in beer, they made up for in like Scotch, bourbon, and whiskey. They had a shit ton of fucking bourbon and whiskey. I was very happy. The food was really good. Yeah, I was really happy with it.
So
Nicole and
so
I
they
went.
they took like a bourbon butcher approach because the bourbon butcher is like it's south of the cities from where you are. It's in Farmington.
Hmm,
Tons of like whiskey selections,
yeah,
lots of like
yeah,
bourbon and whiskey cocktails.
yeah. The wall behind the bar is all whiskey except for like this tiny little like see where the Spider-Man square is of like tequila. The rest of it, bourbon and whiskey. It was cool. Yeah.
Oh,
The food was great. Yeah. But other than that, my week has been pretty repetitive.
yeah. I mean,
That's
just
how we do it here in Minnesota. You just rinse and repeat.
yeah. That's more excitement and I don't know if I should use the word diversity, but that's more excitement and diversity than Ohio. So there's that.
No.
So at least you're not here. Mm.
Ah. Womp womp. Well, let's get into our first Spencer.
Ooh, Spencer. Our first Spencer is named Sponsor. Um, Sorry, that was a really dumb joke. Um, but yeah, let's get into our first sponsor before we start talking about Loki this week, because that was mm,
Tits. Yeah.
mm, to also tits. Sorry, mom.
Sorry, man.
But yeah, so let's talk about our. Well, I don't know why I'm saying let's talk about our first sponsor, because I'm going to introduce it to y'all. We're going to talk about some Ray's energy drinks. Fantastic, zero sugar, zero calories, zero crash energy drinks. They're so good. And Jake is just mocking me like a dickhole. But listen up, you'll learn a little bit about it, and you get a chance to save some money on seriously the best energy drinks that are
Yeah.
out there.
Listen, we'll teach you real good about some Ray's energy drinks.
You're gonna get learned real right. But seriously, listen up. We'll tell you all about them. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with zero crash. Ray's Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Ray's Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Ray's Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, guys. So this week we really want to talk about Loki, the Loki series. First episode dropped last week.
We actually don't want to talk about it. It's just something that happened. So like we don't even care. We're not even interested in the MCU or comics or anything.
Before we get started, giant spoiler alert, because we're gonna talk about this whole episode. So if you haven't watched it yet, tune in when you've seen it.
But also now that this one comes out on Wednesday, if you haven't seen this, that means you're a full episode behind.
Yeah.
So what are you even doing with your life? Like, how irresponsible can you be that you're not keeping up on your favorite, just comic related?
You definitely suck dicks at watching Marvel, if that's
the
case.
Like that. Yeah, like just do better. But in all honesty, if you haven't seen it, I mean, obviously pause and then come back once you have watched it, because we're gonna talk about some deep cuts on it. So
like 3, 2, 1, go. All right. If you're not off, it's your own fault.
No time to fucking quit. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Loki's a monster. Just kidding. That's not what it really is.
I think we should start. I mean, we don't want to break down the entire episode. We just want to talk about the important things that happened in the episode. One of which is in the very beginning, we get to see the show starts off where Loki picks up the Tesseract in Endgame.
Yeah, during the
he picks
time
it up
heist.
And disappears. So we get to see where he goes after that happens, and it's pretty cool. So.
He literally gets thrown to like Mongolia.
Yeah.
And like a couple of like random villagers are staring at him. So he like gets up to start giving the speech. He's like, "I am Loki.
Yeah,
Prince
I'm
of
your
Asgard.
new ruler.
I've been blessed with glorious purpose." And they're like, "Who are you?" And like they don't understand what he's saying because they speak a different language. Like, "Who are you?" And then a portal opens, out walk some agents in like tactical gear, and he's like, "Yeah, never mind about you guys. I'm gonna go talk to these guys." And this is the first time we see the TVA.
Yeah.
Where if you're a comic fan, the TVA is the Time Variance Agency. Is that what the A stands for?
Good job. Yeah.
Oi.
But they basically they're like, "Hey man, you got to come with us. You're a dick." And he's like, "Nah, I'm not going with you." And they're like, "Well, we're gonna fuck you up if you don't." And
Yeah,
he's
they're
like,
"This
"Ha
is your
ha
last
ha."
warning." And he's like, "No, this is your last warning."
Yeah. He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna fuck you up." And they're like, "Yeah, okay." And they
And
whip
he
his
gets
ass. It's pretty
bitch
hilarious.
slapped literally once. He just gets hit once.
Yeah.
And they go into like super slow mo to the point where it's like ridiculous slow mo. Like
Yeah. You can
lips
see like the ripples of his
flapping.
cheek, like, and then
And then they played off for jokes.
yeah, and then the person who hit her, or the chick, I forget her name, comes up and she's like, "Oh man, like all of that's in like slow motion for you, but all that pain is in real time."
Yeah.
So like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome. And then, they take him to the TVA. We get to see
Mhm.
Miss Minute, who is voiced by I think it's Tara something of another. She voices Timmy Turner on The Fairly
Mhm.
Odd Parents.
Oh, the robot thing.
Yeah, the clock lady, the clock
Yeah.
cartoon lady.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, I thought you were talking about the robot that like burns all of his clothes off. He's like, "This is fine as guardian leather," and it's like, "Mm-hmm."
oh
It
yeah,
just burns it all
to put him into like basically prison scrubs.
off. Yeah.
But he has to like hand over the Tesseract for
Mhm.
evidence, and then the guy at like the desk that he has to turn it into is like, "What is this?" And he's like, "That's the Tesseract. It's very dangerous." And he's like, "Okay." And he like throws it in a desk drawer.
Yeah, it's
And
hilarious.
who is that guy?
I don't know his name. Did we say his name earlier when we
Well,
talked about
when we
it?
were talking off, he also makes an appearance in Kong Skull Island with Tom
With
Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston, yeah.
He also, I wish I knew what his like gangster name is in The Good Place. He's one of Jason's buddies from the real world, not the afterlife. I think it's Po' Boy. I think they call him Po' Boy, which is ridiculous because that's like a Louisiana Cajun sandwich.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, he's basically like a secretary, and they just like
Yeah.
give him the Tesseract with the space stone inside of it, and he's like, okay, and he like dumps it into his little like trolley cart behind his
Yeah.
desk and like walks away with it.
And then they make Loki take a number. And he's like, "There's only like two people in here. Do I really need to take a number?" And
And the
then
guy's
they
like,
show and
take
then
a
they
number.
yeah. And then
So
they
he
show
takes it and is like, "Oh, I got my ticket," and like shoves it in his pocket, like he
but
doesn't
then
give
they
a fuck.
show like another person who lost their ticket.
No, he
And the
just
people,
refused to take one because he's like,
oh,
"There's
that's what
no
it
one here."
was. Yeah. And they're like, they fucking kill him. Basically, they hit him with a stick and he just disintegrates. And Loki's like, just starts freaking out, like
Checking all of
frantically
his
looking for
pockets
his
to find it,
ticket.
and when he finds it, he like throws it up in the air. He's like, "I got it! I got mine!"
But then who does he meet after that?
Well, before we get there, I do want to mention that they kind of explain how like the multiverse worked and is currently working in the MCU.
Oh, the cartoon where it
Yeah,
shows the yeah.
with Miss Minute or
Hmm.
Timmy Turner with a Southern accent.
Hmm.
They explain that there was and still potentially is a multiverse, but there's one dominant timeline. They call it the sacred timeline, and that's the one that won, and that the Watchers, the Seers, the Timekeepers, whatever you want to call them, agreed that this is the proper flow of time. which also explains how, the MCU is Earth 616,
Mhm.
which was kind of cool. They don't say 616 in this, but we've gotten multiple hints throughout the MCU that it is the 616 universe, which also correlates to the comics. Whatever. But after that, he goes before a judge to be judged for his time crimes.
Mhm.
And we see, is it Ravana?
Ravana Renslayer.
Yes.
And this is huge, in my opinion. Both of our opinions that we talked about this before we started recording. But in the comics, Ravana Renslayer is the love interest of Kang the Conqueror, who has been confirmed for the villain in Ant-Man 3. Also,
He was a seer or a
yeah,
timekeeper at one point in time.
yeah, he was one of the people that Chad just mentioned before, as one of the timekeepers who like watched all this shit happen. So it's kind of a big Easter egg. Maybe, we all thought
Well, yeah, I mean, we
we've
we
been duped by
believed so
Marvel in the
much in
past with
Mephisto
these TV
before,
shows. Mephisto,
but at
fucking
least
Quicksilver,
at
it turned out to be
least
Ralph Boner. Uh, so
Boner.
I feel like Marvel's kind of fucking with us a little bit, but
Yeah, but at
I,
least Kang the
yeah,
Conqueror has been confirmed as a character.
yeah, and his love
So
interest is Ravana Renslayer. So
at
in
least
the
in the
comics,
comics.
yeah, at least. So
But
that's
also
huge.
from there, when Loki is on trial, I mean, he talks about how he's not guilty of committing a crime against the sacred timeline, and that it's the Avengers who did it because they went back in time.
Yeah.
And Ravana is like, no, that was supposed to happen. And this is my beef with it. It's kind of a plot hole. Because if everything that happened in Endgame,
Sorry, dude.
no,
I'm sorry. I haven't heard that since like the ninth grade.
my beef.
You got beef?
Well,
Like, but yeah,
tell your
continue.
boyfriend that if he's got beef, that
Continue. I'm
I'm
sorry.
a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. So she wants to touch me.
303?
Whoa.
303, right?
She wants to love me. Whoa. Yeah, 303. You're right.
I'm a vegetarian. I am fucking scared of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Stupid. That's a fucking golden line. But terrible scene, pop punk music aside, Loki's like, I'm not guilty of any time crimes, and he's like, if anyone's guilty, it's the Avengers because they went back in time and changed how things were supposed to play out. And Ravana's like, that was supposed to happen. They were supposed to do that. But if they were supposed to do that, Loki escaping with the Tesseract or the Space Stone to go back in time, forcing the Avengers to go further back in time to get the Tesseract.
Because if you don't
later.
remember from Endgame, when Loki takes the Tesseract and disappears, when Tony goes into cardiac arrest, then the Tony from the future and Ant-Man screwed up and lost the Tesseract, and then had to go further back in time to get
Captain
the
and
Pym
Tony go further
particles
back,
and the
yeah.
Tesseract from when Tony's dad was there.
Operating out of one of the first SHIELD bases in the 70s in Camp Leahy in Jersey.
Yeah. So the Loki series kind of contradicts itself by saying the Avengers were supposed to go back in time, but you were not. But then if Loki never took the Tesseract in the first place,
The Avengers wouldn't have to go
Endgame, the Avengers
as
wouldn't
far
have had to
back.
go back further in time to get the Tesseract
Because that was like a
again.
major plot
Yeah.
conflict. where they all went back, or not all of them, but a majority of them went back to New York to get 3 of the Infinity Stones.
Mm.
One of them gets away by Loki escaping, and that forced them to go back further.
Yeah.
If the sacred timeline meant that they had to go back further anyways to get the time, or the not the time stone, the further back in time to get the Tesseract and the Space Stone, Loki wouldn't have had to, like, it doesn't fucking make sense.
Yeah. Come on, Kevin Feige.
Yeah, come on, bro.
It's all your fault.
Maybe if
you
you weren't in charge of fucking everything,
like
delegate.
fucking everything or like fucking everything?
Yes. Yes.
Right on.
Yeah, I mean he's in charge, and I mean he's doing a great job. It's just that there's that one line that just like fucking broke my brain. I was like, the only reason that he escaped was because they went back in time and they fucked up, and then they had to correct it. But if them correcting it was part of what was supposed to happen, that meant him escaping. It's just like, fuck.
Maybe it'll make sense in the end. Who knows?
I'm hoping.
We've only seen the first episode.
Yeah, that's the thing. But as of right now, I'm frustrated. I'm okay with this frustration, believe it or not, because of how great this first episode went. I'm just fucking stoked. But like that plot line just confuses me and makes no sense.
A couple points that we both really wanted to talk about is, one is, after Loki gets captured, it is amazing how fast he escapes. Because basically, Owen Wilson's character is like
Mobius and Mobius.
He's like, he has this little. They put a collar on Loki,
like a dog.
Mobius just clicks this thing, and anytime Loki tries to like attack him or like run away, he like resets it, and then Loki ends up like, across the room trying to do exactly what he was doing before.
For like a comedic relief a couple of times, like when him and Mobius are talking, and Loki like kicks the chair out from underneath him and like tries to like basically like storm the room, not trying to escape. He's just frustrated.
Yeah.
And Mobius is like, nope, and rewinds it, and he's like, I was trying to do that for dramatic effect. He's like, okay, sorry. Well, go ahead. And Loki's like, well, it won't be the same now.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But then basically they have him for like maybe 10 minutes, and Loki escapes. And
well, time works differently with the TVA.
Whatever. The point is, in the episode, it didn't take
halfway
very
through the
long
episode, he's
before Loki
escaped.
To get out of there, and I love it. That's what I want to talk about there. He's a very sneaky snake, if you will.
Or a mischievous scamp.
Yeah, mischievous scamp. That mischievous scamp. Yeah.
And we get Owen Wilson sans wow.
Wow.
He doesn't say wow a single time, which is heartbreaking.
Wow.
But you get that same tone when, like, oh, mischievous scamp.
I love it. I love Owen Wilson, and I love him in this character. He's hilarious.
It's great.
Very handsome with that mustache.
100% we are getting Starsky and Loki.
Yeah.
Like, all that they need is a Dodge Challenger with the I don't know what planet is Korg from. We just need his flag plastered on the top of a bright orange Dodge Challenger, because nothing else makes sense.
Was
that a little bit too far?
We're gonna move through this.
North one. That's all I'm saying.
We also get to see that basically in this realm, the Timekeeper's realm, Infinity Stones ain't shit. These guys are using Infinity Stones as paperweights, which is crazy.
Yeah, when Loki escapes, he tries to reclaim the Tesseract, threatens the dude at the front desk.
Yeah, I'll gut you like a fish. Okay, okay. What's a fish?
It's like, you've never seen a fish? He's like, I live my life behind a desk. He's like,
But still,
he's like,
never a fish. Yeah,
and
it's funny.
and Loki even is like, well, why aren't you afraid then? He's like, I want to know what I'm being threatened with before I comply. He's like, death. And he's like, okay, I comply.
Painful death.
Uh, but so then Loki gets the Tesseract back, but they open the drawer to give the Tesseract out of the dude's like wheelie cart, and there's like 20 Infinity Stones in
Infinity
there,
Stones, yeah.
like just a wide mix of all of them. And Loki's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and he's like, "Is this the most powerful place in the universe?" And then,
They're like,
yeah,
"Yeah, pretty much."
um, we
But
see. Oh man,
we do get to.
I
Oh,
wrote I wrote all these down, but I didn't write them in order of the way that we should
no,
have. So I'm trying to like
no.
pinpoint them in the way that we should be
I
talking
did.
about
I did
them.
the exact same thing, and that there's a couple of them. One, we do get a very brief reference of Nightmare,
Hmm.
which is suspected to be the main villain of Doctor Strange 2, as Loki and Owen Wilson, or Mobius, are walking through the TVA from like the courtroom to like Mobius's office space. Loki is like, I thought no magic worked here because he's like flying cars. It's obviously a place of the future. And Mobius is like, yeah, there's no magic here. And then Loki looks around a little bit more and goes, this place is a nightmare. And Mobius is like, no, no, that's a different department.
Yeah.
And for those of you that know, Nightmare is a huge villain in the comics, especially with Doctor Strange and like going through the multiverse and navigating like magic versus the main timeline.
Yeah.
And it's been rumored that Nightmare is supposed to be one of the main villains
One of the big bads, yeah.
of Doctor Strange too. So it was kind of a nice little nod to that. But
I also think early on in the episode they what?
No, you go. Keep going.
Early on in the episode we get to see Owen Wilson interacting with a child. The child points to a stained glass window where it shows like the devil. And immediately all of our minds, after the fuckery that happened in WandaVision, goes to Mephisto. We're like, oh, it's Mephisto. Because Mephisto is the devil in the Marvel universe. But I think Marvel is tugging on our wieners.
They're fucking with us. Hands down.
I think Chad and I both think it's actually Loki because of his helmet has horns on it, and they just depict him as the devil, but he's not actually.
And also, just as a super spoiler, if you listen this far without having watched the episode, like, first off, like, get fucked. Like, you're ruining the
Well, don't get fucked. Keep coming back here. But,
well,
like, get
yeah,
fucked.
I mean, get fucked, then come back. Like, find someone special, get fucked, then come back. Sorry, Mom. But if you made it this far without having actually watching the episode ends with Owen Wilson basically convincing Loki, to help him because.
Whoa. We're not there yet.
No, I know, but I just want to throw this out there that the main villain that like throughout the episode that Mobius is hunting is another time variant of Loki.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, Loki has his reindeer horned helmet.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Marvel is being a bunch of dicks and
yeah,
fucking pointing us in one direction and then being like, haha, just kidding. That's not the fucking thing we're doing. And
and
it's like, you
also
dicks.
with them giving us all these backstories of different things and hinting at so many things, there is a blink and you'll miss it cameo. Not necessarily a cameo, but a hint at Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
Uh, Basically, I think that all that's going to come from it is that it is Marvel and the MCU's way of being like, hey, remember all those Marvel TV shows that you liked before
Yeah.
we took over the TV rights?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Agents of
This,
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
yeah.
Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all the Netflix shows, Agent Carter, the Inhumans. It basically shows a TVA agent walking a woman from the 40s, early 50s in a light blue dress that matches so well with something that Peggy Carter or Haley Atwell wore during the Agent Carter TV shows through the halls of the TVA, and then that's it. And I
Yeah.
think that the only amount of thought that needs to go into it is that it is Marvel's very subtle way of being like, hey, all those TV shows that you enjoyed is from like a split reality that
Yeah.
we're not going to pay attention to anymore. And this is how we're going to fix it.
I
But
think
like,
all
that
of
shit doesn't
phase
matter.
four is going to be very much about different timelines in because Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Multiverse Madness, WandaVision, this show now, Loki, it's all going to be about different realities and shit like that.
Yeah.
Um, I want to close this one out. I think we've been talking about this kind of a while now. But before we do, I do want to talk about we get to see a different side of Loki that we have not really seen in the any of the movies, and that's a very kind of compassionate. So this version, what we got to remember is, and I had to remind myself of this because when I was watching it, I was like, he already knows this, and I was like, oh no, dummy, he doesn't know this because this is Loki from a different. But Loki, or Owen Wilson's character Mobius shows Loki that Loki is the one who basically killed his own mom. He told the dark elves in Thor 2, hey, take the stairs to the left. And because I dropped my pen. And because they took the stairs to the left, the stairs led to where his mom was, and Renee Russo, and they killed her. And Loki,
Wait, her last name is Russo, as in she's
Russo
married to one of the
brothers? Yeah,
Russo
no.
brothers.
Uh, and Loki just keeps
Oh, you're just
playing
gonna
this
cut
on
me off.
rewind.
That was a genuine question.
No, no, no. Her
Oh,
name is Renee Russo, but she's not related
oh
at
okay.
all. No.
Well, fuck me
Um,
then twice. Um,
but
oh
yeah,
no.
and you get to see this Loki that is from a different timeline that doesn't know, like what he had done. Basically, killed his own mom and didn't know it. And now he sees like, damn, I fucked up. And a question that Mobius had asked Loki earlier on in the episode is like, do you look like you enjoy killing? Like, look at you doing this. Look at you doing this. That's a smile on your face. You genuinely enjoy this. And after Loki watches his mom die over and over again because he keeps rewinding it, and Mobius walks in the room, Loki basically, this is basically how the episode kind of ends. Yeah, Loki basically is like, I don't enjoy killing people. It's all a facade. I'm doing it because this is the character that I'm playing. I'm a weak man
Trying to
trying
prove that
to,
I'm powerful.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he's like teary eyed, and it's a side of Loki we have not seen. Uh, we also, in the end of before Loki, he also sees his own death. He watches Thanos fucking choke him out and break his neck. And so you do get to see him, this version of Loki, you get to kind of see him probably be a goodish guy, maybe.
I'm thinking that we're gonna get to see, and they even kind of hinted at it with Mobius. He's like, "Do you like killing people? Like, look at you blowing these people out. You're scraping out this dude's eye," and they're like referencing,
Yeah.
basically Avengers 1, because that's where the story basically picks up. And he's like, "But aren't you the god of mischief? I don't see a whole lot of like
Mischief
mischievous
here. Yeah.
activity." And he's like, "Well, just you wait." So I think that we're going to get to see a balance, but not to that full degree.
Yeah.
At least not yet.
I think we should, I don't know what we're at for time, but I think we should stop on the
Yeah.
Loki series at this point.
So Jake, tell us
Oh,
about our second sponsor.
actually, we have to talk about the ending. I'll let you do it. The field and the cloak and all that.
Uh,
Do it quick and we'll go
well,
sponsor.
basically, Mobius is like tells the main Loki that like, hey, the reason that I'm so interested in getting your help is because this other person that we're hunting is actually a variant of you.
You. So Loki is gonna have to hunt Loki,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
And it shows him just like fucking shit up for like the last couple of minutes, and then that's that. But yeah, we don't want to give away too many details. So, Jake, tell us about our second sponsor.
Sponsor number 2 is Crybaby Craig's
Oi.
pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce. It's fucking fantastic. I actually just had it this morning at brunch in a Bloody Mary at a bar I was at by the Mall of America, and I don't remember the name of the bar. I'm so sorry, bar. You won't ever hear this, but yeah, it was awesome.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, listen up, and we'll give you some deets about the sponsor number 2, Crybaby Craig's.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today. All right, guys, welcome back from that quick little break. So for the second part of this episode, we do want to continue our throwback dive into the X-Men films. This week, we're going to talk about X-Men Apocalypse, also known as the Power Rangers movie from like 1997. Only
Yeah.
better.
Apocalypse looks like what was his name? Dr. Ooze or something like that?
Like Dr. Ooze, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Which is a shame because Oscar Isaac is the
Good.
shit.
yeah.
I mean, we're going to get him as Moon Knight, first off.
Woo.
He was
Can't wait
also
for that.
Poe Dameron in the rebooted latest trilogy of Star Wars. Take it for what you are, like if you're a fan or not, but Oscar Isaac is fucking killer.
Yeah.
I love that dude. He's such an awesome actor.
Oh yeah.
But he looked like a Power Rangers villain.
I don't know what the age group is that listens to our show, but for those of you that aren't old as fuck, Power Rangers was a TV show when we were growing up. They made a movie about it, and there's
that
a
movie
villain.
was like the biggest thing ever in like 1997.
And the villain in the movie is this fucking guy who's like born of ooze, whatever, and he looks like Oscar Isaac's version of Apocalypse. It's super
Oh,
annoying.
like it's uncanny how much they look alike.
Yeah. And it's do better, Marvel.
I mean, Apocalypse.
Like
Well, I mean,
he's
do
a
better,
in
Fox. I mean,
in
let's
the
get that
yeah,
straight.
but it's still Marvel. In the
Tell that
comics,
to the first three X-Men films, and then some of the other ones since.
Apocalypse is a badass in the comics. And then I
Yeah,
mean he's still a badass in this movie, but he
but
looks like in the comics he looks like a fucking demon.
he
In this movie
looks
he looks like a
cooler.
guy with face paint.
Looks like a dude with face paint and some like weird Heath Ledger Joker. Like he has like weird lines
Yeah.
coming from his lips where
I know,
like
I know,
that's
I know.
where it would
Well,
split.
because in the comics he has his jawline is like a metal piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here it was just a slightly darker blue face paint.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Made no sense.
If
And
it don't make money, it don't make sense.
uh but it has nothing to
People from Minnesota will get that. Sorry.
uh and like
It was unfortunate.
but like the
itself
rest
was
of the
good.
movie was awesome. It's just
The movie
like
was great. Yeah.
that
It was-
that design flaw was just terrible.
yeah. We do get some comic accurate costumes in this movie, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
We get Cyclops
Yeah.
in his comic accurate costume. We actually get for the first time.
Bestiality. I mean, beast. I meant beast.
Yeah, whatever you're into, bro. Um, we also get Mystique with an actual comic book accurate costume instead of just like weird naked blue decals.
Yeah.
We actually get her in a comic book accurate costume.
Don't get us wrong. We're not complaining about naked blue chicks.
or
Avatar.
J-Law.
Huh?
Or J-Law. I know I shit all over her last week.
We both did.
Like
Not in like a
physical way. I know.
not in like a fetish way.
Yeah, that too.
We
Sorry, Mom. I'm not into poo-poo and pee-pee.
It's not her as a person. It's just her character
No.
in these movies that we hated.
And also, I do want to say, last week I went too far in trying to explain how I feel about J-Law. Not necessarily in like a grotesque way, but like just in a general hatred way. I have nothing against her as a person. It's just that her role as Mystique pissed me off so much that when we got to talking about it,
it's not her. It's
I
not
kept
her
seeing
fault.
her as Mystique, and I was just tearing it. No, it's not her fault. I think that in other roles, she's actually a phenomenal actress.
Yeah.
And she also seems like a really like down to earth actress, not like some Hollywood like, I'm better than you.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
It's just that I think that they put a little bit too much into her character as Mystique to drive the story, and I appreciate it because it drove the focus away from Wolverine.
Yeah.
Even though I love Hugh Jackman and I love Wolverine as a character, but in the comics and the TV show, he was not the center. So I appreciated the fact that they tried. I just think that they didn't do it well by making Mystique the focus. They could have made Mystique the focus and done it better, or they could have just made it a general
poor execution on their part. Yeah.
It had nothing to do with J-Law, so I do want to apologize for how
We're sorry, Jennifer Lawrence.
how much I just shit on
we know you're listening to our podcast and we feel terrible.
She's DM'd us several times.
Slid into the DMs so many times.
She
Uh,
loves extra pepperoni pizza. That's how close we are.
well, one of the things that we also wanted to talk about was that, well, very briefly anyway, is so in this movie, Apocalypse, because I given his name, he comes with four horsemen of the apocalypse, and in the original comics, uh, Wolverine is one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. You get to see like a little bit of a flashback of Apocalypse and his four horsemen in the beginning of the movie. But then when he comes back, which is what this movie is based on, is him coming back and he's looking for his four horsemen of the apocalypse. Originally, Wolverine was one of them. They didn't do that in this movie, which is totally okay. They still did a good job with Storm, Magneto, and who the fuck were the other two?
Psylocke
Psylocke and
and Angel.
yeah, Angel. Yeah, those were his four horsemen. It was pretty cool. This
We
is a
finally
rad
got a
movie.
badass Angel, which was also
Yeah.
cool because in X3 The Last Stand, the actor that played Angel, I love him.
Ben Foster, good actor.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about the original
Yeah.
X-Men 3? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that was
But
a shit role.
his character in X3 was
Didn't do anything for the plot of the movie
and
other
they
than
put
catching his dad.
they put so much effort into building up his character. Like, oh, he's so cool. Look at his wingspan. He's ripped. He's
Yeah.
fighting against the machine, and then he fucks off for most of the movie until his dad is falling from the third story. Not even
And he
like
catches him.
not even a fatal fall.
Yeah.
Like he
Hands
saved
down.
he saved his dad from like a broken leg.
Yeah. This guy
Anyways.
in this one, in
Yeah.
Apocalypse, he's badass. He's got fucking blades for wings.
Well,
He
that
can
was
fling
because
'em.
of Apocalypse like granted
Rebuilds
him
his burnt up fucking wing. Yeah, it's
because he was like he was a fighter in like underground mutant fights, and he
Yeah.
was badass.
Mhm.
And he just got injured fighting Nightcrawler, which was about the only time that we see Nightcrawler in this reboot as being anything more than
bitch.
I was gonna say a teenager that really loves My Chemical Romance, but yeah, same thing. And I say that as a teenager that
I was gonna
really
say,
loved My
as I
Chemical
was a teenager
Romance.
who loved my.
Yeah. But dude, I'm by no means like a manly man. I still have my emo tendencies. I love My Chemical Romance. Anytime Cute Without the E from Taking Back Sunday comes on, I stand up because it's the anthem. I would kick the shit.
That's Taking Back Sunday, weirdo.
Yeah, I said Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
that's
My Chemical
that's
Romance.
the,
I was
that's
like,
the
what?
emo anthem. I'm just saying, like, as an
Oh.
emo kid at heart, I would still go back and kick the shit out of my own emo self.
Yeah, I would kick the shit out of you too.
Yeah. I
So-
would have deserved it. It's fine.
Uh,
Strictly for being
and
emo.
per usual, the cool scene in this movie is a Quicksilver scene. Basically, the mansion gets blown up, and Ralph
every
Boner,
couple years it gets blown up. I mean, it
Yeah.
builds character.
yeah, and Ralph Boner comes to the rescue, and he basically shows up with his Walkman on,
Ralph
listening-
Boner.
and then he's drinking like
It's
a juice
Evan
box or
Peters for
something.
those of you that
Yeah.
aren't catching up with those fucking jokes.
And he just fucking is just a bad. I mean, I
It's
don't
not
wanna go
even a
through the
juice
whole thing
box.
'cause,
It's a Yoo-hoo juice box.
yeah, we could talk about this scene for like 15, 20 minutes, which I don't want to do. But it's a badass scene. It's another slow motion, like we talked about 2 weeks ago, with fucking Quicksilver doing badass fast shit that they never did in the MCU with Quicksilver, and it's just another. It's so good. It's so good.
So good.
It's funny. It's awesome. I mean, it was one of the, when they filmed the scene, it was one of the the scenes that took the longest to film in the entire movie
Yeah.
was for this like 5 minute scene, and it's so good.
And also, what was really cool about it is that because it was a longer sequence, quote unquote, in real time, from when he showed up to when he rescued everyone, compared to Days of Future Past, where it's like a small circular room where he could just like run around in a second from when a gun trigger is pulled to where he can still move those first shots, those first rounds of bullets. You know, it shows him like running as an explosion is going off, so it's him racing, you know, a very split second explosion. And so it's cool to see him like race the flames throughout the scene. And I think it just gave so much more insight and depth into like how incredible this character was, but also how much the MCU fucked up on him. Because
they dropped the ball.
This is where Fox, hands down, has exceeded and will probably always win out when it comes to the Quicksilver character.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Closing arguments here.
Well, we get to see Xavier go bald.
Xavier goes bald.
In a weird way. Basically, it just like burns his hair off. And then it never grows back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no logic there. But, I mean, he rocks the bald. Yeah.
I'm like trying to read my own notes here, and I lost myself. For some reason, I wrote X-Men 3 sucks.
Oh! Yes. So there's a really meta joke with.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah. You go.
There's a really meta joke in this episode where Scott Summers as a teenager takes Jean Grey as a teenager, Jubilee as, you guess it, a teenager, and a newly introduced, what is it? Oh yeah, teenager version of Nightcrawler. They all go to like the mall, and they go see a movie. And this takes place in the 80s, so they go see Return of the Jedi. Which, say what you want about the Star Wars films, it's way better than Phantom Menace. But at the time, it was clearly the worst of the original prequel trilogy. And that's saying something, because Return of the Jedi is bomb. But I digress. We're not going to get there now. It'll take us time together, because I have a lot to say about Star Wars. But so they're leaving the movie theater, and Scott and Jubilee, who we actually like get a little bit more of like actual screen time with compared to, the original X-Men trilogy. But Scott and Jubilee are arguing over the he almost threw up because
I have the hiccups. I'm just holding my breath. You keep talking.
You're not trying to hold back throwing up thinking about the original X-Men trilogy. Okay. So Scott and Jubilee are talking back and forth, and Scott's like, Empire Strikes Back is by far the best of these films. And then Jubilee's like, yeah, but you can't deny that without the original, we would never have made it this far. Already getting meta, right? And then do I call her Sophie Jonas? The girl that
call her what you want. Sansa Stark.
She plays Jean Grey. Is like, yeah, but we can all agree that the third one is the worst.
Referencing that X-Men 3.
Well, it's funny on two levels, because X-Men 3, The Last Stand, was hot garbage.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But also, from First Class to this film, from First Class to Apocalypse, this would be the third film.
Yeah.
And not saying that Apocalypse is bad, because I do really enjoy the film, but First Class and Days of Future Past definitely are way better.
Yeah.
Days of Future Past, I think, is way better than First Class, but we would never get to Apocalypse without First Class.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was so meta, and it was so funny, and it took me... How many years has this film been out? It took me until literally like a week ago to catch that reference when I rewatched it, and I was like, holy shit. They're so aware. And
then the last dumb thing that we want to talk about this movie is, and we're gonna kind of, unfortunately, we're gonna have to, I'm gonna make a reference here, and we're gonna skip ahead. We won't go in depth about it. We're gonna skip ahead 2 movies, so again, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Dark Phoenix. But at the end of Apocalypse, Jean, basically Xavier is in Jean's head, and he goes, release, like do your thing or whatever, and she releases the Phoenix Force.
Stop holding back. Release your power.
Yeah, and she releases the Phoenix Force, but in Dark Phoenix,
literally the next film.
Yeah, well, so there's Logan, and then
in chronological.
And yeah, but the next film in the prequel franchise or whatever, she doesn't have the Phoenix Force until they're in space and there's an explosion and she acquires the Phoenix Force. So it like totally like makes no goddamn sense, because she released the Phoenix Force in Apocalypse, which meant that she already had the Phoenix Force. But then in Dark Phoenix, they're basically saying she did not have the Phoenix Force until this explosion happened in space, giving her the Phoenix Force. So, what the fuck, Fox? You guys suck dicks at making movies. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Like, coming.
You suck dicks at making movies.
That's super gross.
But, at the same time, this movie is pretty badass. And the next one we're going to talk about is... Well, I want to talk about Logan next, because I thought we were going like the order that the movies came out in. Chad wants to talk about Dark Phoenix first and then talk about Logan. I think it's only because he wants to end on a happy note and not a shitty movie.
Because I want to go... I personally want to go Dark Phoenix, Logan,
so we can shit all over it and then talk about Logan and praise it for how good it was.
Because for a superhero film, it's so not superhero-y.
Let's do that.
But amazing.
Let's do that. So next week we're going to talk about fucking garbage Dark Phoenix.
And then after Logan, I guess we'll talk about Deadpool, because we have to.
That movie was fucking glorious.
Well, I'm single now, so I can tell you a great story about a one-night stand that... No, a one-night stand that involved
Your
that
dad?
film. No, fuck.
Sorry.
One-night stand. Come on. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Tracy. She doesn't listen to this anyway. We're too vulgar.
Yeah, if she listened this far, I'm really sorry. And Jake, he won't be coming to any of the...
Oh, I'm coming to the barbecue for sure.
What are you gonna do? Bring spices to make our food taste better?
No, I'm just gonna bring
We're
vegetables and make you guys grill that.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine too. That actually sounds really great.
Friends, not
food.
I'm a vegetarian. Keep going.
I mean, mostly vegan.
Yeah.
But yeah. So with that being said, that's all that we really had to say about X-Men, Apocalypse, and all that stuff. So
all right, guys, with that being said, we're going to close this episode out. What? Why are you laughing?
Yeah. So with before we close out though,
Did I fuck up? Did I
yeah,
fuck
you
up?
you did, but that's fine.
Keep it in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
what she said.
Um,
Sorry, mom.
yeah. So, yeah. But before we, sorry, mom. I guess I should repeat it. But but before we close out, we do want to talk about our upcoming live stream,
Oh yeah, duh. Jesus
which will
Christ.
be on Wednesday,
The
June
23rd.
23rd. So it won't be a power hour. We're
We're
gonna
gonna come up with something
we're gonna
cooler for
find
that.
more of an outdoorsy activity, and
Yeah.
by that I mean like a long game
Yeah.
that we can drink to because who needs excuses. Um, but so we're gonna do something outside, but we will still be doing some giveaways, some to get some new
We'll
merch.
we'll still do our trivia and give out t-shirts and some stuff from our sponsors.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna change. The game is just gonna change a
Yeah.
little bit. That's all.
Because
So
last time we did a power hour, YouTube for some reason pulled down our our live stream video because we were using copyrighted material. So YouTube was mad that we were using a YouTube video to play music for our YouTube video, where we weren't making any money from said YouTube video. It was fucking stupid. And we want to make sure that you guys get a chance to win some stuff from us for showing off your nerd. So yeah, we're gonna be doing giveaways, and we're gonna be doing something a little bit different, virtually because we're not in the same space. But it'll be something fun.
Yeah, the idea would be to come up with a bunch of different stuff, so we're not doing the same thing for our live streams over and over again.
Yeah, so we're gonna try something new, and if that works, then we can do it again in the future. But we don't want to do the same thing every month.
Suggestions are welcomed.
Yeah, if you
sure.
if you want us to do something for a live stream, especially, let us know. We do have plans to, incorporate some of your suggestions in the future, especially. We've gotten some suggestions to play Magic the Gathering, and I personally am doing everything that I can to push that back because I've never played it before, and I hate losing. So
well,
that's what.
But you're good at losing, so it's
I know.
Just take pride in what you're good at, all right?
But when I go into something knowing I'm gonna lose, I hate it more. But when I go in, I'm like, I have a chance, and then I lose. I'm like, yeah, fair game.
But yeah, so Wednesday the 23rd, we're doing that, and
yeah, for sure it'll be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. The links are in our bio, or you can go to www.allthingsnerdpodcast.com. There's a link to our link tree, which expands on everything that we have, including our Patreon and our web store, which we have recently launched. And our web store has 2 new shirt designs, and we're gonna be adding to it in the next couple of weeks, also with some more
new shirts,
summer inspired
merchandise,
some
bro tanks,
and we'll be restocking our main logo shirts too. So
that being said, we love you guys. Please keep coming back. Suggestions are welcome for anything. If you want us to talk about something, whether it's a video game, TV show, comic book, movie, anything, we will fucking dig into it and we'll talk about it. So please hit us up. That being said, this has been the All Things Nerd podcast.